Welcome back for another episode of Hydra's Teeth. Today we're going to be playing some Aristeia. I'm Dave.
I'm Spencer, and today we're going to be playing the scenario Carnage. So we've already got our lineups picked out, so without further ado, we'll show you those and get this underway. Alright, so like I said before, we already drafted our teams in advance, so I decided to pick Gata, Cosmo, Hexer, and Miyamoto Musashi. And for their cards, I went with Go All Out and Quicksilver for Gata, Unlimited Power and Ragdoll for Hexer, Sorido and Mizudo for Musashi, and Asteroid Belt and Stellar Nucleosynthesis for Cosmo. The basic goal of this list is to be really mobile and to utilize the Dazzle and Smokes to try and limit Dave's ranged firepower, and just try and really control the board and win through trickery.
Alright, for my team, I brought 8-Ball, Wild Bill, Dart, and Eclipse. I chose 8-Ball to be more of a delivery piece and a disruption piece. For his cards, I chose Block and Dance for me. Wild Bill is there for his range damage output, and for him, I chose Ace of Hearts and Ace of Diamonds. Dart is another range damage dealer, but can also be a little sneaky with her heavy access to the hidden state. I chose Predatory Instinct and the Surprise Factor for her cards. And my last player is Eclipse, who I chose her for her ability to put out the marked state, and as well as give hidden to other team members. And for her cards, I chose Luxumbra and Bailey's Bead. Alright, so the green team is the underdogs, and I've chosen to deploy in Deployment Zone 1. And I've also chosen Spencer to deploy the first character.
And as such, I am going to throw down Cosmo right there. And for this scenario, we have to deploy in the deployment zone, not outside of it.
Right. I'm going to deploy 8-Ball. I'll deploy him right here.
Alright. I see your 8-Ball and raise you a Musashi.
Clever girl. Alright, I'll deploy Eclipse next, and I'll place her just to the side right here.
Alright. We'll go with Hexer.
Wild Bill.
And last but certainly not least, Gata taking up the rear.
And I will place Dart right here.
Alrighty. Cool. Let's get first initiative phase. Alright, so the scenario we're going to be playing today is Carnage, and in Carnage, in the first round, the central zone is the scoring zone, and you score by having more pieces in there than your opponent at the end of the round, for which you get 1 point. You also score for eliminating the opponent's models. You get 1 point for killing a model with 2 health, you get 2 points for killing a model with 3 or 4 health, and you get 3 points for killing a model with 5 or more health. So, we've done our initiative, and our first flips are going to be Hexer for myself,
and 8-Ball for myself.
Alright, so I win the initiative, and I'm going to make 8-Ball go first.
Alright, so with 8-Ball, what I will do is I will spend 2 of my action points on movement. I'll use 2 of my movement to move here. And then I will spend my other 3 action points to use Be Water Dude on Wild Bill. So it's a blue and an orange dice. Just looking for a hit. Alright, so I got 2 hits and 2 shields. So I won't be able to do any of his switches, but I will place Wild Bill into this adjacent space. And I'll pass to Spencer.
Alrighty. So, with Hexer, what I'm going to do is attempt to Vade Retro for 1 onto Cosmo, and that is 3 yellows. And I don't get any successes, but I am able to trigger her switch and displace herself 1. We'll do it again, targeting Cosmo, and get it that time. And she will once again displace herself. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just hang back for now. We'll try to Vade Retro onto Musashi. And definitely get it. We'll push him to there. Then we'll push her up. Evade Retro onto Gata. And get it. And I could displace Hexer twice, which I think I will do. And we'll go 2 to there. And sorry, technically Hexer should have displaced first because switches come before actions. And then with their last point, I'm going to evade Retro one more time, targeting Cosmo, and not get anything.
Cool, that'll move us on to our second picks for initiative. I chose Eclipse at initiative 5.
I got Cosmo at 4.
I will choose Spencer to activate first.
Alrighty. Well then, I think we are going to use Meteoric Charge, which is going to get me, it's cost 3, but it does get me 5 movement points, and for the rest of my turn, my agility is red, orange, orange. Not that that's really going to come into play, but I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to start throwing out some nebulas for some smoke. So we'll do that once, and that's yellow, orange. I'll get a hit, which lets me put down 1 smoke token. And we'll put that right there. And then we'll try again with their last action points. And put on another one, which I think she'll just put on herself. And that'll be her done.
Okay. With Eclipse, I am just going to do... I'm going to spend 2 reaction points to move. And I'll move 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will not do anything else with my last 3 action points. And at the end of the activation, she will put Hidden onto Wild Bill.
Wild Bill?
Wild Bill.
Alright.
I'll pass to you.
Oh, third turn, so we got a flip. I got Musashi.
I have Dart.
I'm going to let Dart go first.
Okay. So Dart, being the fragile little thing she is going to stay as far away from his players as possible. So she is just going to spend 2 action points on movement, move 1, 2, 3, 4, and then spend 2 more points on movement and move 1, 2. And then at the end of her phase, because she's not adjacent to any enemies, she'll also gain the hidden token, hidden state.
Very good.
And I'll pass to you.
Alrighty. Très intéressant, mon ami. So, the question is, where do I want to put Musashi? Because Wild Bill's up last, and he can bring the Brucka. So, I'm not about getting shot right now. So I think what I'm going to do is fill up my movement and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to fill it up again. 1. And we'll just sit there. And if Wild Bill want to come at us, Wild Bill want to come at us. And that puts us to our last turn for this round. And I've got Gata to your Wild Bill. So I will make you go first, my friend.
Well, sadly, I don't think I'm going to get to shoot anybody this turn. But I can move in to stop you from scoring.
Could do.
But it puts Wild Bill in the danger zone.
Highway to the...
Beautiful. All right, so...
And that's how you get copyright striked.
All right, so Wild Bill will fill up his movement for 2 action points. And he'll move 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he'll take a wild shot into the smoke cloud and miss Cosmo completely.
Kaploosh.
And that's how I'm going to end Wild Bill's activation.
Alrighty.
The good thing about it is he is still hidden, so he won't be get any evade retro hijinks next turn, unless Hexer moves right next to him.
No, it'd go away at the end of his action, wouldn't it? Because of the clear states?
Stop being better at this game than me.
Well, I'd have to stop being better at you than a lot of games.
right, what are you doing with Gata?
That's a great question, because I'm honestly considering not contesting you for the zone.
Just to gain underdog?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm generally faster than you anyways. And it honestly kind of benefits me just to have the zone in the center right now, I think. So I'm going to go with Gata. She's going to fill up her movement points. She's going to go 1, and then Gata has a special ability called Free Run that she can use, and I could basically leapfrog people. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we are going to try to misdirect onto L Wild Bill. And we will get it.
Switches before you get that.
So the only switch I have right now is to displace myself, and I don't think that's super relevant. Really. It could be. I mean, I guess if you're because you're only able to attack at 1/1, so there's no point in me staying right beside you. So I think I'll just displace myself to there, with my 2 exclamations, or specials, I should say. And then I don't particularly want to do anything else with Gata right now, because I still just want to contest the zone. Actually, no, I will fill up my movement points again with my last 2 AP and just move. Oh, that blocks me, though. Yeah, no. We'll just stay where we're at. We're okay.
Okay.
So that's the end of round 1. Neither of us are going to score the zone because we have an equal amount of players, so it won't shift. And nobody scored. So we will be back after initiative for round 2. All right, so we're back at the top of 2. So one thing I forgot is that if you're tied, the underdog status goes to the opposite player. It just transfers over. So I will be underdog for this round, which is pretty handy. And yeah, we'll do our first turns. I have got Musashi up first at initiative 6.
And I've got 8 Ball.
I'm going to go first this time, because I want to go and try and kill Dart. So...
Okay, at the start of your activation, before you do anything else, I'm going to attempt to use Catch Your Breath to draw 2 tactics cards.
Why you gotta do me like that, David? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to try and use my no on that.
Okay, you got it.
Sweet. I don't particularly like using my no this early in the game, but I like you having a bunch of tactics cards even less. So I'm going to spend 2 to fill up my movement points on Musashi. He gets the full 5, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I set that up last turn. And then we are going to spend our last 3 to try and do a Kenno-sen attack. I am going to try to add in a orange.
I have no response to that. And, I'm going to attempt to put in a yellow.
Cool. So my dice pool for this attack is going to be red, orange, orange, blue.
And mine is going to be a pitiful green, or blue, yellow, yellow.
Sweet.
That's a lot of death.
It's a whole bunch of hits, but that does mean you have a chance to do some damage to me back. So I'm currently looking at 5 hits, a block, and 2 specials.
Okay. In response, I get not a lot. So switches, you get to choose who to do switches first.
I believe I will let you do your switches because my switches isn't super important.
All right, my switch is pretty easy. I'm going to use one of my defense to nullify your defense. So at least in her death, she gets to put out a point of damage.
Makes a lot of sense to me. Oh, you know what? I should have just done my switches first because then I'd get an extra point of damage against you, so I could displace myself an extra one after.
Relevant.
Yeah. So misplay by Spenny. But you'll block 1, so I'll do 4 damage to you, so I can displace myself 4 spots. And I take a point of damage, and you die.
What a shock.
So that puts me on the board with 1 victory point. I get to draw an extra card because I fragged. And I'm going to displace myself a whole bunch. And go...
Alright, moving on to 8 Ball. He is going to spend 2 of his actions to move. And he'll move 1, 2, 3 into this smoke cloud. Actually, no, he'll move to there, out of the smoke cloud. And then he's going to use, we'll go with Be Water Dude onto 8-ball, onto a wide bill. And
try and pull him away.
Pull him away of that sadness. And absolutely miss.
One of those times where
sad days for Wild Bill. Well, at least you don't got any like huge heavy damage. I mean, Cosmo could potentially...
Cosmo does all right. It's not a super impressive attack, but it could hurt.
Sure can.
All right.
So we'll move on to our second initiative.
I've got Cosmo.
I've got Eclipse.
All right, so you're winning initiative.
Indeed. Yeah, so I will, I'll allow you to go first.
Okay. Not really what I was expecting, but I'm not going to complain. Alright, so at the beginning of my activation, my smoke markers go away. Thank you, Dave.
Oh, you're welcome.
So at this point, I think the first thing I'm going to do is try and Nebula. And throw out some smoke tokens. If
not even anything.
Rough, buddy. Ouch. Yeah, that sucks. Okay. Not what I was looking for, but
that really lowers the amount of damage he's going to be able to throw at me because he loses a die.
Yeah. And it was an orange die too, so it's the hidden die.
It's the hidden die.
We're going to spend 3 and move into the center of the zone. 2, and get 3 movement points. And then we will spend our last 2 AP to try and hit you.
Okay. What is your attack dice going to be then?
Currently red, blue, black.
That's still pretty hurting. Red, blue, black. I'm going to take the chance, and I'm going to activate Gunslinger. I'm going to switch my my green and blue dice to a red and an orange.
All right. I'm going to take aim to add an orange.
And I am going to take aim as well.
All right. And then I will also block and add an extra blue because I really want this roll to go well for me.
Technically, you're supposed to declare all your... Technically...
I thought it was back and forth.
I believe it's the underdog gets to declare who does their cards first, and then the person does their cards, and then you do your cards. All right, we're back. We checked the ruling, and from what we understand, yes, the underdog gets to declare who plays cards first. So we're one back, and Spencer's going to be playing his take aim and his dodge, and I'm just going to be playing a take aim. If you have any if there's an errata or something like that and you want to correct us, you can throw it down in the comment section, and we'll be happy to learn from any mistakes that we make.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead with that roll.
Yeah. Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. Can't complain about that one. That gives me 5 hits and 3 blocks and an exclamation, or special.
Here's hoping that I can take you out with me. All right, so I have one blocks and 2 hits and 2 specials.
Yeah, so as the underdog, I'm gonna make you use your switches first.
It's actually active player for switches, but...
Oh, sorry. Active player, yes. I knew I could do it.
So I actually have no switches that I can declare.
All right. I don't need to declare any switches, because it would just lead for me taking damage, and I kill you anyways.
Yeah, so you'll do 5 damage to me, and I'll do 1 damage to you. So I got 3 hits.
I got 3 blocks.
Oh, yeah, correct. I do nothing. Seems to be the way this game is going to go for me. So another victory, 2 victory points for Spencer for taking out Wild Bill.
Yeah, as he is a 3 health mini, or 4? 4?
He's a 4 health.
Yeah. Gets me another tactics card. All right.
This is going great. All right, well, Eclipse will go now, and she's just going to move to here. She'll throw out a black lightning. Actually, she'll only move to here. Throw out a black lightning onto Cosmo.
Alrighty. I do not wish to play anything.
I have no cards either.
Alright. So Cosmo's defense is blue, green, yellow.
And I have 2 orange and a yellow.
Alright. Oh, Dave.
So, I'm going to declare myself to go first for the switches step.
Yeah.
Before that, I believe criticals go first, so...
Critical block lets me cancel a die? Mm-hmm. Do you have any switches right now?
Yeah, I can use the hit to put the mark state onto...
let's not do that.
Alright, so Eclipse is going to do nothing. This seems to be the running trend for me in this game so far.
And then in my switches step, though, I'm going to trade my block and special for a smoke.
Where are you putting that smoke?
Let's put it... Doesn't super matter at this point, I guess. We'll just put it, I don't know, under 8 ball.
And then you do 1 damage to me?
Yep. Alright.
Oh boy.
On to turn 3. Flip.
Well, I don't have anybody left that can activate on the board, so the last 2 activations are all you, my dude.
That's a really good point. Yep. Okay. Yeah. All right. 1, 2. All right. So Hexer is my next model, and she's going to spend 2 to fill up her movement points, and go 1, 2, 3, 4. She's then going to try to evade retro onto Cosmo. And with, so we're gonna try to evade retro again. See, this is where, unfortunately, this is where all my shitty dice rolls are.
No.
I know, right? It's terrible. But that lets me displace Cosmo and Hexer, so we'll do that. And then we'll do the last one targeting 8 ball.
Why you do this? Oh, you can't. He's hidden.
Oh, okay.
From the end of Eclipse's activation.
Scene. Then I guess I'll just do it on Cosmo if that's cool instead. Whip. The next roll will just move back 1. And that's going to be Hexer. And then for my last action, I had Gata. And I think Gata is going to...
I don't know, run?
Yeah, basically. So right now I know that I'm going to be... You're going to get to choose the next scoring zone. Mm-hmm. So right now I just want to place Gata in the most inconvenient place for you in terms of where you want to pick the zone. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up her movement points. Give her 5. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to try and dazzle onto Eclipse. And that is a yellow and an orange. And we'll get it. So she's dazzled. I got a token here.
I got it.
Oh, alrighty.
Well, Bill lost his when he died, so...
True dat, true dat. And then we will just... we'll fill up movement again and go 1, 2, and probably just sit there for now.
Cool.
Actually, no. We'll sit beside Cosmo because it doesn't make that much of a difference for us. And that is going to be the turn. So we'll be back after initiative on round 3.
All right, we're back. The green team seems to be in some dire state, so I'm gonna have to try to pull off something.
Rally the troops.
To rally the troops. So I am now the underdog again, since I did not score and Spencer did last turn.
Yeah. Currently sitting at... Oh, sorry. I'm actually at 4 VPs because I scored the zone. So you actually get to pick a new zone.
Yep. So for the new zone, I'm going to pick the one that I can probably defend the best, and that'll be number 2. I don't think it's shocking to anybody.
No, it makes the most sense. That's why I tried to put Gata over there, kind of.
Yep. And both my hurt people will move to the infirmatory, and then we'll go into our first initiative.
Yeah. So my first flip is Cosmo.
Mine is Musashi. All right. We talked enough about Musashi during the break, but I'm going to go with Wild Bill. I'm going to try to do something sneaky and take out Musashi before he gets to murk out some of my dudes. But the real question is, what cards does Spencer have hiding in his hand that'll totally make my plan ruined? So I'm going to bring Wild Bill back on into Zone 6, and I'm going to put him 6 spaces away from Musashi. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't really take him out of the threat area of Musashi, because Musashi's
Speedy boy.
a speedy boy. But at least he has to move away from the rest of my team, so he can't do anything crazy.
It's true. It does kind of put me in this like awkward situation where he's probably not going to be relevant for the rest of or at least a turn anyways.
Yep. And cool. So I will attempt to do a twin pistols attack onto Musashi.
Yeah. Would you like to play any cards?
I will actually allow you to declare your cards first, and then I'll see if I want to play anything.
I am not interested in playing any cards.
I'm also not going to play any cards. So my dice pool is going to be a red and 2 oranges.
I just got a green and a blue.
All right, I do have an automatic hit as well on this. So I'll roll.
All right. I got 3 blocks, 2 specials, and a hit.
I've got 3 hits, a block, and 2 specials. So you can declare your...
All right. So I do actually... So before the critical block and switches of an opponent's roll, I'm going to nullify one of your dice, or attempt to, and I'm going to get rid of that orange dice.
Yep. So I believe that brings it back down to me being screwed, and I will take 1 damage, and...
I'm going to activate my switch now and switch all of my blocks for damage and kill you.
Cool. That's how this game is going down.
So that does give me another 2 VPs and another card for the frag. So Cosmo. Yeah. See, my plan with Cosmo originally was to hope that you were going a little bit later with Wild Bill and just throw down, like, all of the smoke tokens. Mm-hmm. So now I'm kind of, like, not sure what to do. But I think what I'm going to do first is at the beginning of any of my character's activations, I'm going to stick to the plan. So I get to search my card or deck for a tactics deck, then shuffle it, and then we each draw one. Cool. So, Dave, you'll get a tactics.
Cool.
All right. Cool. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is have Cosmo Supernova 8-ball.
Cool.
So I got red, blue, black.
All right. Who's doing cards first?
I am not using any cards, so you're welcome to go.
I just might as well use block.
Cool.
Which will give me a dice pool of 3 green and 3 blues.
Sweet.
I'm gonna tell the future here, and I'm not gonna get any blocks. And Cosmo's gonna kill.
It was a pretty weak roll on my part. Like, I got a bunch of hits, but...
All right, so we'll move into the critical phase. I did roll a critical block, so I am gonna nullify your red die. Switches. You get to choose who does switches first.
I don't think either of us have switches to activate.
I have no switches activated because I have no specials.
So this is just going to result in me taking 2 damage. Oh well, our roll had to go against me eventually, right?
Sure.
But I am going to spend another 2 AP to do it again.
Okay.
Are you playing any cards this time?
I am not.
Alrighty. Well. Alright. 2 hits, a block, and a special.
I got 2 blocks and a hit.
Alrighty. Well, you can do your switches first. I don't think you have any.
No switches to declare.
So Supernova has a switch on a special. I can impose the burning state on all adjacent enemies, so I'll do that. And then we just kind of cancel out the rest of each other's things.
Do you have a burning state anywhere?
Yeah, I got him over here. Sorry. There you go. Alright.
So you do 1 damage to me as well?
No, we block each other.
Block each other. Cool.
Yep. And then with my last AP, I'm just going to
Robotic laughter.
try and throw out some smoke. Yeah, that gets me 2 smokes. And if there was any left on the board, that would have gone away as well. I think there's one under 8 ball. So if I was smart, I would have done this first, but I forgot about it because I could have had an extra orange on both those attacks. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna throw them under. I guess it doesn't super help Gata this time around. Yeah, the smokes aren't especially relevant right now, but we'll throw them down just in case. Throw down. All right. So that's the end of turn 1 on the 3rd round, and we got our second flip. I've got Musashi this time.
I've got Dart.
All right. I'm gonna have to go first, and we are going to fill up movement points for 2, and we'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're gonna try and DJ Murderface a giant panda man.
Yep.
I do not have any cards to play.
I don't have any cards either.
So I got red, orange, blue.
I've got blue, green.
Alrighty.
Alright, before the critical step, I'm going to play Fortune Favors the Badass and then reroll my green die.
That's good. Good call. There you go.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah. So right now I've got 3 hits, 2 specials, and 2 blocks.
I've got 2 blocks and 2 specials.
3 blocks.
3 blocks. Correction. I can't read dice.
I will get you to do your switches first.
I have no switches to declare.
All right. So right now I could do a maximum of 5 damage, which is only 2. And I wouldn't take anything, so there's really no point not to do that. Yeah, so I'll trade my things for things. My blocks for hits.
Okay, and then I'll block all but 2 of your damage.
Yep.
Leaving 8 ball on 3 health.
Alrighty. With that said and done, Musashi will displace himself 2. Cool. Go to there.
Alright. Dart's gonna pop in over here.
Poppin'. Hip, hop, a hippity, hip.
Do. And she's gonna try to take out Gata before she gets to go. So, she's going to try a silent death on the Gata.
I do have a response to this one. I'm going to try to play Asteroid Belt.
Which lets you switch to Cosmo?
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright, so this lets me swap the positions of the Defender and Cosmo. Wimp. And then I could place Gata somewhere else. But she's fine right there.
Okay.
And Cosmo is now the target of the attack.
Cool. So, I got a red, a yellow, and a black. I do not get my extra orange die because I didn't start in... you have line of sight to me.
Yeah.
So...
I got green, blue, yellow for my defense.
That's a good roll.
It's not terrible.
It's a lot better than what I got.
Yeah. So you can choose who gets to do their stuff first, I think. Or does critical block come before?
Critical block comes first.
Okay. Do you have any switches right now?
Yes.
All right. I will get rid of your...
This one?
Yeah.
Yellow die. I'm just... this becomes just a normal defense after... Not that
no, I think it just gets used up, doesn't it?
I think it becomes a defense after you nullify die, but it might just get used up.
I think it just gets used up.
Doesn't matter, I didn't do any damage anyways, but I was just asking for the relevance. I could switch it into no blocks, but I didn't roll any damage anyways, because I rolled badly.
Okay, so you can either use it to nullify a die, you can use it to activate switches where it counts as 2 blocks, or if you don't use it as either of those, it counts as a single block.
Cool. Doesn't matter. And just so I can actually use it sometime in this millennia, I will then use, can't use it yet, but, so I'm going to move to my switches step, at the end of her activation, she'll become hidden.
Yep.
Just, on the state step, I will use Predatory Instinct, and I'll put 2 poison states onto Musashi.
Not Musashi. Do you have poison tokens, my good friend?
I will.
Alright, well, while we figure that out, my third flip is Gata.
My third flip is Eclipse.
Cool. So she's still dazzled.
Dazzled.
So I think I'm just gonna let you go first.
Okay.
And see that bite me in the ass.
I mean, I can undazzle myself, but... So, on my first action point, I'm going to attempt to use Moon Cycle on herself. So, it is not a success, but I can activate a switch to get the effect of the thing anyways. So I'm going to activate... I'm activating the switch of 2 specials to flip a state token on a target within range 1-4. She'll target... Oh, she can't target herself because it's range 1-4, right?
Yes, because it'd have to be range 0.
Then I'll flip Poison State on Musashi.
Takes the damage.
I will use Moon Cycle again on herself. I'll get a hit this time and 2 specials. So I will flip the Dazzled State. And... I'll flip the other Poison State on Musashi with the switches.
Goes to
Technically,
3.
I should have done that before I did the effect, but... And I will use... Then use... I'll use my 2 AP to throw Black Lightning onto Gata.
Okay.
So I got orange, orange, yellow.
I just got blue, black.
Alright, so you can do switches first.
I have no switches.
You have 2 defense, I have 3 hits. So might as well. I do have 2 specials though. So I might as well put the Dazzled State onto her. Because that's super useful, I know. But
It's obviously
it's
the
something.
most relevant state on Gata.
And then I'll do 1 damage to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that would be Eclipse. I'll move on to
Gata. I got Gata still.
Cool. Be that way. It's all good.
I will. The question though is, what does Gata want to do?
I don't know, but she's dazzled, so she gotta do it at melee range.
Oh no! My only melee character. What will I do? Yeah, because I could go and just try and jump in the zone, which doesn't seem terrible. Yeah. We're just gonna... No real messing about. We're just gonna go 1. We're filling up movement points, obviously. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just sit in the middle.
Cool.
And that'll be Gata.
All right.
At the end of her turn, Dazzle goes away.
Super relevant.
Last one I got is Hexer.
And I got 8 ball.
I think I shall just let you go first.
All right. So I am going to I'll attempt to use Eat My Fajing onto Cosmo.
You got it. Blue, yellow, green.
Not the best choice, but it's what I got.
Meh, my roll was pretty bad. It's just double blue on Eat My Fajing?
I'm supposed to roll a green, not a blue, so I'll re-roll that completely. No, it's blue and orange. Wow. How many points do you got? Yeah, it's 6.
Isn't that orange, yellow on Eat My Fajing?
No, it's right here.
Oh, was I looking at the wrong
You're
card?
looking at Eclipse.
Makes more sense.
So you got one hit and a or you got one shield?
I got 2 specials and a block.
So you can do switches first.
I don't want to.
All right. Well, I get the 1 damage. I can't displace you. That's cool. This is going great. So 1 damage onto Cosmo.
Did you get 2?
Oh, sorry, nothing on Cosmo. And I'll do it again.
Cool.
Wow, nothing happens. Do you want to put down some smoke?
Yeah.
Put down 1 smoke.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll throw it on dirt. Because if I can force you to move, I will.
Cool.
Alrighty. Yeah, with Hexer, she's gonna fill up her movement points.
So, at the end of it, the flyer is going to flip.
Yeah,
What
and
is
I believe it's a oh boy, burning.
Is it orange?
Yes, roll an orange dice.
1 hit.
Suffer 1 damage.
And that goes away?
Yes.
Okay. And I lose the hidden state as well at the end of his activation.
You would have lost it from the attack, wouldn't you?
Sure. If you want to be technical and follow the rules of the game and not cheat, sure.
No, don't worry. I just cheat in different ways. All right. Don't worry. I'm sure I've made tons of mistakes and haven't even realized it. So yeah, Hexer. So during her action step, I'm going to play Stellar Nucleosynthesis and inflict 2 damage to a target that is dazzled or on a space with smoke, and deal 2 damage to 8 ball.
And end the game. Because that'll give you 2 more.
Yes.
That'll give you 3 victory points right there. Because he has 5 health.
On the dot.
Good game.
Good game.
I mean, if you want to call being absolutely fucking destroyed a good game, but it was a good game.
Yeah, like I don't think that was anything really to do with your play. It was just your dice didn't want to let you do like anything that game.
And Musashi is a beast. And I'd never actually play around his speed, so oh well. You live, you learn.
Yeah.
Alright, well, thanks for watching me get absolutely destroyed at Aristeia. Definitely learned some lessons. One, like Aristeia is a game where you definitely have to pick your team based on the scenario that you're playing, not just what you think looks cool.
So one thing is, because Dave and I want to have like all painted stuff on the channel, we talked a couple days ago about what each of us wanted to bring, so we'd have it painted. And we didn't even talk about the scenario before that, because like for the most part, all the scenarios we've been played have been like zone based. Yeah. I didn't even really know that Carnage was a thing. So neither of our lineups were like super tailored for it, really.
Correct. So what I would have changed in mine, other than just better placement of my characters and thinking more initiative strategy, I would choose maybe like a Maximus or a Valkyrie instead of 8-Ball. Because 8-Ball doesn't bring... I would have chosen to be some scoring denial, like area denial or area placement. But he really can't do that. Especially, it's not really worth the effort of doing all that when the scoring zone is only worth 1 victory point in the end anyways.
Yeah, like, the only switch I might maybe make to this list is Gata for, like, a healer, like a Mendoza or a Parvati. But even then, like, Gata would have gotten me 2 VPs by the end of that, which is pretty alright. And
the powerhouse was definitely still Musashi, but that's what Musashi does.
Yeah, and I mean, so the other thing is that because I just have the Cosmo card of 2 damage on a stick, pretty much.
Yeah.
If the target's dazzled or in smoke, just having another person who can put out Dazzled all the time, especially when you
For sure.
like are already bringing 2 pretty range-heavy
That also is
DPSers.
another argument for like a Laxmi instead of Gata. She's fast and she can put out Dazzled
Okay.
as well.
But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing was just the dice that game for you, more so than play, I think.
Dice happen. Dice games or dice things happen.
For sure.
You get frustrated, but it's a game in the end, and we're just here to have fun. Yeah. But that being said, thanks for watching. I hope you guys had fun watching us too. And tune in next time when we play another game.